Yo, what is up, everybody? It is me, Levi, and I am going to be continuing my Hearts of Iron 4 playthrough. This time, it's episode 5. So, to start off with, I'm going to give a recap of the first 4 episodes. So, in episode 1, we started off as Florida, and we eventually went to war with Alabama. We annexed them. However, Alabama had a slave revolt, which we joined the war with when we annexed them. So then we also had to fight the slave revolt to get the full territory. And then after that, we had fully annexed Alabama, and the first episode was done. Now, for episode 2, we actually got invited to the faction Baltimore Accords, which is made up of Virginia and Maryland Republic, and then we joined as Florida. In that episode, Virginia and West Virginia went into war with each other, and I joined Virginia because I'm in their faction. We took out West Virginia, and it was fully annexed by Virginia. Then after that, in the next episode, so episode 3, we went to war with the Tar Heel Empire because they declared war on Virginia. So the Tar Heel Empire was actually, I think, just North Carolina. So we took them out. We got, if we look here, we actually got Wilmington, Cumberland, Mecklenburg, Gastonia, and South Appalachia from North Carolina. And then in episode 4, we used that North Carolinian territory to invade and annex South Carolina. So now, episode 5, it's the 26th of March, 1942. We have all of Florida, all of Alabama. We split North Carolina with Virginia, Maryland, but we got a lot of it. But then we also got all of South Carolina because we didn't invite our faction members to that war. So now, the goal of this episode is to invade Georgia, to connect our North and South Carolina territory to our Florida and Alabama territory. Now, if we are to look at the war, Baltimore Accords has been at war with the Negro Bloc. Now, we've been at war with the Negro Bloc since episode 1, because like I said, we had to take out the slave revolt to fully annex Alabama. But right when we did that, they created the Negro Bloc. It's made up of the Miners' Republic of Colorado, Socialist Republic of Tidewater, which was taken out by Virginia, and then Bermuda, who is a persistent thorn in our side because they kind of have like a decent navy. So whenever we need to do Atlantic operations, they try to like mess with us. And then we also have Arkansas, who just recently joined them, but they're also fighting against Louisiana. So all of the people that are at war with us right now are quite far away, so we don't really have to worry about them that much. Arkansas, Colorado. The Miners' Republic of Colorado is pretty big, because they annexed a lot of desert territory, and they're at war with California. But anyways, like I said, it's the 26th of March, 1942, and we are going to start working towards our goal of invading Georgia eventually. Oh, also, if we look at our manpower, our army, we have 230,000 people in the field. We have 18,000 people in the air, 22,000 and a half people in the navy. We have a non-aggression pact from Louisiana, which we are definitely going to accept because they're at war with our enemy, Arkansas. So we have free civilian factories. I honestly think that we should look at our supply really quick. Uh, Alright, we don't have the best supply situation going on near west of Atlanta and Rome. So I'm thinking we probably should build a supply hub there. Yeah, we're gonna build a supply hub there. Alright, it's the 19th of April. The supply hub will be done in the 21st of October. Alright, we are going to upgrade our encryption. Oh, it looks like New Orleans has declared war on Louisiana. That's actually not too good, because I wanted Louisiana to take out Arkansas. But it looks like things don't always go your way. So let's see. New Orleans is kind of a small territory, but they have between 16 and 33 divisions, so they're not really to be messed with. They definitely could inflict some damage. And that's bad. Louisiana's on a two-front war. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Louisiana to hold out so I could take out Georgia and then turn, take out Mississippi, and hopefully Arkansas and Louisiana would still be fighting. So that way Arkansas would now be on a two-front war. But instead, Louisiana's on a two-front war. But I think the goal remains the same. We are still going to attack Georgia this episode, because I want to connect my territory. Also, we are going to start upgrading our decryption so we can see more precisely what our enemies have. So logistics, we have everything is looking good in logistics. We have all of the equipment we need. What we are going to do is also start researching synthetic oil experiments, because we are pretty far behind on our oil. We've done zero research for the entire 5-episode playthrough until now. So far, it looks like Louisiana is kind of close to New Orleans. They've taken Morgan City and Houma, but New Orleans is actually close to Baton Rouge. So they're both at a critical moment right now. Our manpower is not, like, our free manpower is not going up that quickly. Alright, 28th of June, 1942. Now, we have so much extra artillery and rocket artillery that instead of even, like, recruiting extra divisions, I think instead we're just gonna add, like, actual artillery and rocket artillery battalions. Save that. Okay, in 18 days, South Carolina will be integrated, and I'm hoping that will give us the free manpower required. But we'll see. We're also going to start researching Decryption 2 and Decryption 3. Bermuda declared war on Georgia, but they're at war with me too. Georgia wants a non-aggression pact. I don't know about that. We're gonna look Mississippi compared to Georgia. Mississippi could be probably a more promising target, to be honest with you. Oh, what? Virginia just landed 3 divisions onto the coast of Arkansas. Like, right next to Pine Bluff. That's pretty impressive. I mean, they just went down the only path that Virginia has to reach that area is to go all around the coast, all the way around Florida, and then from the south through the Mississippi leading into the Atlantic, and then just traveling up the Mississippi all the way to Pine Bluff, and then landing on the coast. That's pretty impressive. I'm proud that they're my ally, but I don't know if it's the smartest thing to do. But they're pretty ambitious for that. Oh, we have advanced artillery to start making. So we're gonna do that. Alright, South Carolina is now a core, and we are gaining manpower. That's pretty much the purpose of invading people now, because we just really need manpower pretty bad. Or if we check supply lines. Oh, our supply lines bordering Mississippi are pretty good. I think we just have to take Mississippi out, to be honest. Because Georgia, they've offered me a non-aggression pact. And they seem to be more powerful in terms of divisions. So we're gonna send them a non-aggression pact, even though we didn't accept theirs. Oh, integrating South Carolina gave us so much factories. I don't even, at this point, I don't know what we can use all these factories for. I think if anything, we're just gonna start making naval dockyards with our free civilian factories, because we have so many military factories, we don't have anything to use them for. I guess we could make a bigger air force, but we already have so much planes that, like, we don't have enough manpower to even use all of the planes. We probably don't have enough oil either. Oh, look at that. I spoke too soon. Our free manpower just jumped up to 83,000. That is perfect. It's the 2nd of August 1942, and we can start actually recruiting again. That's all we needed. Alright, so now we can actually deploy our fighters and our naval bombers and our close air support. That's pretty good. There we go. We now have close to we have 544 total planes at the Big Bend air base that we built. Now if I look at air, it kinda looks like we actually can reach Arkansas with our air. We're gonna provide close air support, and beyond that, can we provide anything else? Alright, close air support, and then we're gonna move 100 fighters from the Big Bend base. Yes. 100 fighters to Montgomery, which can in fact reach. Now Montgomery will do close air support and air superiority missions over Arkansas. There we go. Perfect. Now, the good thing is we have not had to worry about naval superiority in the eastern Mexican Gulf, East Florida Sea, or the Carolina Sea, so we're not worried about naval invasions, even though we are at war. Trade for a little aluminum from the Catholic Republic of Mexico. Alright, we are going to get oil processing now. Because, I've said it once, I'll say it again. And we're going to get fuel refining. Because we just need to improve our fuel capabilities pretty badly. That was the problem last episode. We didn't have enough fuel to stay in the Carolina Sea, so our Navy never landed. Our Marines never landed. Alright, 5 divisions being trained. Mississippi has between 22 and 69 divisions. That's why I'm trying to improve my decryption, because I just want to know. I want to know a more precise count. Because, 50? That's a lot. 58, 36 to 73. Whoa, it's going up. I have 36 at most. Alright, even though we kind of lacked for the past 5 episodes on our oil research, it's actually going incredibly fast now. And our dockyard was created. We are gonna have probably the strongest navy out of everybody. And also, it's nice to have a non-aggression pact with Georgia. Because even though I was planning to attack them earlier, I still see Mississippi as a bigger opportunity. Oh, look. New Orleans is at war with me. What a loser. I'm pretty sure we could land probably right at their capital. All they have left is their capital. Alright, we fully finished our encryption and decryption. We're gonna get streamlined line and alright, decryption actually helps us a lot. We can see the basic count of how much people or how much divisions they have. Another dockyard completed. Once again, we are going to expand our naval production. Also, let's get the infrastructure upgrade. Here it is. Alright, we're gonna upgrade the Indian River and northwestern Florida to have maximum infrastructure. And then we're gonna build dockyard there and in Duval. Okay, our unassigned divisions, we have 4 more divisions to add. Okay, as of right now, Florida has 41 divisions, 287,000 fielded manpower, 24,000 air manpower, and 23,000 Navy air power. Wait, Navy power, yeah. Now, we are going to upgrade our anti-tank. Rocket artillery can also be upgraded to advanced. Alright, we're basically having a full revamping of our infantry with all new equipment. Alright, even though I am sending them some air support, they're kind of not doing enough. Like, I'm sending 100 fighters and 100 close air support to the skies of Arkansas to help Louisiana, but it's not enough to get full superiority. It's only enough to get like a contested sky, which is still good, but it doesn't give us a buff. It just stops the enemy from getting a buff. Alright, and now it is time to start going for the tanks, because we have not done any tank research either. Some tank divisions would be good for strong offensive capabilities. Now we have another division to assign. And after these final 2 divisions are done training, we're actually going to go for the all-out invasion of Mississippi. we are going to start trading. You have a lot of brand new infantry, so we're going to train them. You have a few new infantry, so train. And most of your marines are pretty low level, so you can train too. Our East Florida Sea, we need to send a few naval strikes and air superiority. And we need the same thing for the Carolina Sea. Air superiority and naval strike. There we go. Because they are trying to do a little bit of stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're starting to damage a few of their ships that are in our sea. As long as they can't get superiority, I'm okay. Alright, another dockyard which we can put into submarines. The final 2 divisions are trained. Alright, so free civilian factories. I think we can most likely go for synthetic refineries now. We have the infrastructure that we wanted. We're going to build 3 synthetic refineries now. Also, we get a really good national focus called Integrate Foreign Troops. We get plus 4% local non-cord manpower. That's really, really important. I'm gonna continue to upgrade our industry, specifically when it comes to fuel, because everything else is already fully upgraded. And we're just gonna go straight for heavy tanks. So we're gonna go for the next level of naval bombers. Oh yeah, we have to go to recruit, stop recruiting any more divisions. We used up a lot of artillery and rocket artillery, which is exactly what I wanted to do, because we had just such a huge amount of it that we didn't really need that much. And we are going to continue to put factories into our planes. We need to trade for a little bit of tungsten. There we go. We have another free dockyard, which is going to go into the light cruiser 3. Why not? Alright, they continue to try to kind of mess with my eastern coast, but it's not working out too well. Alright, we have some submarines and destroyers. We're going to create a new fleet with that. And we're going to put that in the East Florida Sea, which is the most important territory. I mean, the most important naval area to secure. They're going to be a strike force there. Alright, and we are actually, like, we're doing a lot of stuff with our machinery. We're using a lot of oil at once. And last episode, when we did that with no oil research, we were screwed. We had to stop and just focus on pure ground invasion. This time around, it's not happening like that. Also, we already have naval superiority in the waters that Mississippi is in. Probably because they're just not expecting anything. We finally have air superiority in Arkansas. We achieved that for our allies. But Louisiana is still, like, the front line for both New Orleans and Arkansas has not changed. Which is actually a good thing, not a bad thing. Because that means I have more time to make my way over there and get involved myself. But considering we have enough naval superiority to try and land at New Orleans, I feel like we might as well. I changed my mind. They have at least 18 divisions, which is definitely enough to defend their capital. Alright, we have 44 divisions, 309,000 people in the field, 30,000 people in the air, 24,000 people in the Navy. We are going to start justifying a war goal on Mississippi. It's going to take 10 days. It's the 8th of April, 1943 right now. Alright, so I just realized we justified war before actually preparing. Alright, and we're gonna order our Marines to go to Pensacola, plan an invasion on Gulfport. Now, luckily, we already had an army stationed in Alabama, so all they have to do is just move to the border. That's all they gotta do. Now, we are going to add the most experienced divisions over here from the other army. which is in North Carolina. Add 9 divisions, so we now have 24 divisions moving straight to the Mississippi border. We have now for North Carolina territory, to the north of it we have Virginia, who is our faction ally, so they can kind of help us protect this territory. Georgia we have a non-aggression pact with, so we don't have to worry about them. So what that means is all we have to do is cover the Tennessee border, which only requires 8 divisions. Alright, so we create a new army. 4 divisions are going to move also to the Mississippi border. And there you go. Alright, so in total we have 28 people moving to the border. And right now we have 105 total factories. And I'm only saying that just as a reference for when we annex Mississippi. I'm trying to fix the charger for my computer because it keeps on plugging and unplugging. Alright, problem fixed. Back to the game. So for research, extreme mechanization of factories. Sure, we'll start doing that. Now for the Navy. Alright, in the Eastern Mexican Gulf, we need a naval invasion support team. A fleet. Alright, now we can unpause and watch the people move to the front line. Alright, so the justification is done by the 21st of April. But we're not going to declare war quite yet. macro! Oh my gosh, my computer is literally not letting me do anything. Alright, I am back. I had to fix some technical issues with the charger of my computer, but now it is fixed. So our justification is ready. It's the 27th of April. 309,000 people in the field. Now, I think we slow the speed down, and then we declare war. Actually, we're gonna wait. We won't wait 2 days. Alright, we're gonna declare war. Okay, and on the 1st of May 1943, we will declare war on Mississippi. There we go. Now, if we look, Florida has 44 divisions. Mississippi has between 64 and 87. It's quite a lot. Alright, so we need to capture the supply hub of Tupelo to fix our supply in that area. Also, we are going to see, do we have naval superiority? Yes. We have air superiority in the deep south. We need to get superiority in West Florida. And that's pretty simple to do. We just move our fighters that were fighting in Arkansas to West Florida. Just like that. Alright, so it actually looks like they tried to do like their own little all-out attack type of thing. Alright, now we have naval superiority. On the 3rd of May, we will launch our naval invasion. We're also going to accept Virginia and Maryland into our war, just because I didn't realize quite how much divisions Mississippi had. Alright, so our attack north of Aleppo did not work. Or I've been saying Tulepo. I didn't realize it's Tupelo. But yeah, let me monitor this naval invasion. Okay. Oh, our navy's landed in Gulfport. Okay, we need to. We need them to just go. Some of them should go north, where nobody is at. Thing. If they could move northwest to link up with Louisiana's territory and get a huge encirclement. And then we already got another encirclement at Biloxi, too. There we go. We have linked our Marines from Gulfport to the east, where our divisions were at Mobile. And we have trapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions are encircled now at Biloxi. We are going to get 2 of our Marines to go from Biloxi, or to go for Biloxi, rather. Okay, so our attacks near Tupelo did not end up getting anything for us. But in the south, this is extremely promising. Alright, we're just gonna order them to stop attacking that encircled division at Biloxi, because we're just gonna let their supply fall down. Okay, the Catholic Republic of Mexico. I think they're at war, maybe. Oh, yeah. They're at war with Texas, Yucatan, but whatever's happening there, they are unable to give me the aluminum that I need. So we're gonna see if we can get it from British Columbia, perhaps. And there we go. Whoa. Alright, we need to get a convoy escort into the eastern Mexican Gulf. Or we can just try to get naval bombers instead. 300 naval bombers and 100 fighters. And they are going to naval strike and air superiority. There we go. Now they are trying very desperately to save the encircled divisions. Alright, also, we have moved a little bit closer to Pelo. Specifically from the south. Now we have an attack directly onto Pelo. It's 11th of May. Alright. Our Marines have abandoned the northwestern encirclement to just move west and secure the coast. Now we need to continue our research. We can't yet go further into oil though. Oh no! They're kind of evacuating Biloxi and Gulfport. And if our Marines can take the coast, they will not allow them to really escape to anywhere. Okay, so we have made it. We've taken their entire coast except for Biloxi, which is encircled. Let's take a look at the casualties. Alright, Mississippi has inflicted 13,000 on us, but they've taken 28,000 from us, so I don't know. They've just been trying very hard to attack. Oh, I thought I was losing a battle, but it's actually the Japanese volunteers that are losing a battle. So I don't have much to worry about, actually. Our attack on Tupelo is about to actually be a success. There we go. And so we took out one of their subs with our naval bombers. That's good to see. Now you can kind of see, like, we created a nice area. We have to capture Biloxi soon, because I think that's like gonna make our supply actually good again. We're gonna have good supply if we can capture Biloxi. Plus there's 3 divisions there that we can encircle. We took Tupelo. It's the 16th of May, and our supply issues are gone in the northern part of the front. Now we have to let these guys reorganize. However, alright, we have 3 divisions fully trapped at Biloxi. Alright. On the 21st of May, we took Biloxi and eliminated those 3 encircled divisions. Now we have heavy tanks, which we can produce. Naval Bomber 3, which is going to replace the previous production line of naval bombers. Now, free dockyards. We have 2 free dockyards from Biloxi. We are going to start researching the next fighters. Now in the sea, we're doing fine. In the air, not that good. So we can get 100 fighters to focus in West Florida. That would be nice. Then 100 more fighters. Alright, really quickly, it's the 24th of May. We have suffered 19,000 casualties, and we have inflicted 53.6 thousand casualties on Mississippi. What? That's pretty surprising. Our allies are starting to arrive now. You can see crazy amount of troops on their border now. Yeah, I don't think Mississippi really stands a chance. Alright, and we're almost completely done. I think this is our last national focus that we have in this, for Florida. Now, from what I can see, it looks like we can make a breakthrough. The question is, do we want to go for a breakthrough like at Meridian? Because if we get a breakthrough at Meridian, we go straight for Jackson, which is their capital. So we're going to go for that. So Florida Gator Stranglers, we're going to reorganize their front line to specifically be in the coastal area only. And they can completely hold that area. Now our other army of 24 divisions will reorganize to the whole front line that isn't the coastal area, because the coast is being held very easily. But the first stage of this war was pretty much landing in the coast to stop them from having any coastal access themselves. And then other than that, it was also just about getting supply, pretty much. We got supply from capturing Tupelo and capturing their coasts, Gulfport and Biloxi. Now we're reorganizing for the breakthrough to their capital. Now, oh yeah, we have full superiority over the air of Mississippi. We have naval superiority over their ocean, the eastern Mexican Gulf. But that doesn't really matter anymore because they don't have any. Actually, they do have the Mississippi River, so they could still get naval access technically. Alright, we are reorganized for our breakthrough at Meridian, straight into Jackson. And we are gonna go for it. 5 divisions attacking Meridian at once. Alright. We're just overwhelming them. And we got the breakthrough we needed. Alright, 13th of June we reached Meridian and we are continuing for Jackson. There we go. Now we are on the doorstep of Jackson. There's only 3 enemy divisions guarding it. Now we can actually turn north. Alright, tell all of them to stop attacking first. because they can instead just advance into the enemy's rear as far as possible, pretty much. Alright, so we changed our mind. We're not going straight for their capital. We are going for their back rank instead. Alright, now that we have actually gone for their back rank, now we go for Jackson, right? Alright, we are on the verge of capturing Jackson. There we go. 1st of July, we have captured Jackson. Now, we advanced kind of north, but they were able to cover that direction, but they had to divert people away from their capital. So then we took their capital. Now, if we look at casualties, Florida has suffered 33.7, or we'll just say 34,000 casualties. Mississippi has suffered 68,000 casualties, 66 of them being from Florida. Now, from the breakthrough we got and where we captured Jackson, we have a few different options for what we could do next. But what I think we do is we go for Vicksburg, because that's going to basically cut their army in half. And we have made it to Vicksburg. There we go. Oh, and look, Louisiana has suddenly declared war on Mississippi too. Oh wait, no they didn't. Never mind. Never mind, Virginia just made naval landings, and it kind of looked like it for a second. Virginia has literally landed on their west coast, wow. Alright, well their armies are literally cut in half now, like. Now. Alright. Alright everyone, so I had some technical difficulties. I had to stop the recording and I'm starting a new one right here. But I did save the game before my computer crashed, because I could see my computer was about to crash. So I saved the game beforehand so we can finish the war and in the episode. But like I said, unfortunately, I had to end the previous recording and start a new one here. But we're going to resume where we left off. We just have to wait for the game to load. So we'll be back in a second. Alright, so we are back. And as you can see, it's the same date. It's the 7th of July, at the same time when we left off. And when we left off, we essentially had cut them off. We went straight from Meridian. We had a breakthrough. We made our way to Jackson. We tried to move north, but they covered the direction north. So we just refocused on Jackson. We got it. We went to Vicksburg, which actually, once we got to Vicksburg, we reached the Mississippi River, so we cut their southern and their northern half into two separate pockets. And if we were to say, we took Jackson, and they have a new capital now, it's called Hattiesburg. So I do want to quickly end this campaign for the episode so I can fix my technical issues once and for all. And we are sending a division to Greenville to try and do that, get an encirclement of 2 to 3 divisions if we can make it to Greenville. Alright, so 1 division is made. On the verge of Greenville, we have to send a 2nd division in for reinforcements, because they have immediately been engaged in battle. We also have to attack these guys from the south to stop them from their attack on our other division. Boom! We made it to Greenville on the 12th of July. 3 divisions encircled, just like that. Now we're gonna go finish them off immediately. And we have captured Greenville. There we go. Oh no. They took Greenville after we captured it. But we eliminated 2 out of 3 divisions. Oh no, we eliminated 1 out of 3 divisions. Well, we're gonna try to cut them off for a 2nd time, because I don't want them to have Greenville. Also, if we were to check, they are 85% to capitulating. So Arkansas is actually an enemy of ours. And we are recapturing Greenville right now. But the thing is, now that we've made it to Greenville, the only thing separating us from Arkansas is the Mississippi River. Also, all of their divisions in the north have 0 supply, because their capital Hattiesburg is in the south, but we've cut their army in 2 by making it to Vicksburg. And we are further cutting them. We captured Greenville on the 20th of July. If we look at this naval battle we had, we actually sunk a convoy. Yeah, we sunk a convoy with our naval bombers. Pretty good. And like I said, we have literally cut them in half. And if you look, for once, Virginia actually landed on the west, Mississippi River coast. They landed at Natchez and south of Greenville. And they've done a pretty good job this campaign, I would say. it was a good thing I called them into the war because, like I said, they've actually been a pretty big help. All right, and we have cut off 3 divisions north of Greenville. There we go. Eliminating them right now. There we go, all 3 divisions eliminated. Hang on, I need to check. Mississippi's 91% towards capitulation. 95,000 casualties. 91,600 from Florida. 2,300 from Virginia. 1,000 from Maryland Republic. And the Baltimore Accords has absolutely destroyed them. Now, if we look, we have suffered 36,600 casualties from Mississippi. Virginia has suffered 2,700. Maryland has suffered only 938. So we have been the main attacking force, but that makes sense because they're bordering us. Now we, as Florida, alright, buddy boy. We are going to assign these 2 divisions into a new army because they are going to be tasked with blocking all of the crossing points of the Mississippi that borders with Arkansas. Alright, and the northern pocket is almost fully undefended. So we are moving straight to South Haven. We took South Haven on the 2nd of August, and Mississippi capitulated. Now, Florida has pretty much all of the war score. We're gonna claim all of the cheap territories and all of the expensive territories, everything. And we have fully annexed Mississippi. There we go. So, 2nd of August, we have fully annexed Mississippi. We also have the 2 Mississippi crossings covered. And we have 130 factories, 308,000 people in the field, 30,000 in the air, 25,000 in the Navy. And that's going to be the end of today's episode. We just wanted to capture Mississippi, and in the next episode, now that we are bordering Arkansas, we can help Louisiana take out both Arkansas and New Orleans, which both randomly went to war with me. Now, if we look, our faction is at war with Arkansas, New Orleans, Bermuda, and quote-unquote the Four Corners State, which previously was the Miners' Republic of Colorado, but they annexed most of California. Sacramento, Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Cruz, Redding, they took the most vital areas. And then Maginistas took Fresno, Santa Monica, Los Angeles, San Diego. So California's gone. And we are at war with Colorado, who has a significant amount of territory. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you did not enjoy the video, dislike it. And if you did enjoy the video, then do whatever you want with it. Anyways, that's how democracy works. Have a good day.